To get premium trading and investing tips, support on Patreon.
How's it going, everyone, and welcome to another Market Watch video. Yesterday I already recorded some sort of video, but I couldn't release it because EA screwed me over. Yeah, I'm gonna be putting the blame on EA again. Mostly because they have changed the screen stats yesterday on a random day. I still don't know why did they do that, but as you guys know, that is pretty important for us, and I was talking in the video about something else, so basically it wasn't relevant anymore, so today I'm back here to film it all over again, thanks EA, and now I need to do all the talking again. But yeah, as you guys know, I love your interactions. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and let's get into the mad Champions League profit that we made. We made a lot of coins on that one. It was Thursday or Wednesday, I don't remember when the supply got in, but we basically started investing in these cards. We bought a shit ton of them. You can see it probably on the screen here, but the screen is pretty big because I have invested in a full list of these players. So if you went in, GG on that one. We made a lot of coins, and if you want to ask me probably in the comments why I sold already, because I do think they were over-invested. I don't want to get into over-investing. We saw that on King and other informs lately. They have been going a bit down. I don't think there's the Black Friday hype or panic, as you want to call it, right now happening on the market. So basically it is already, there's a small amount of that panic hype happening in this process, but I just think that some of the cards are over-invested. Same with the Champions League cards. There's more supply on the market right now. The high-end ones, they are not basically discarded, so they shouldn't reach the values at which they were before they got resupplied on the market. So keep that in mind. I was content with the profit I was making, so I sold in avoidance of not getting into a panic selling moment. As you guys know, there has been a leak for the Scream SBC, which was Schweinsteiger and which was Blind. Blind came out as EA promised through rewards, rewarding system, the weekly reward that you can get by playing some sort of games, you know, when you complete a task and then you get those cards. So basically that was the Blind one, and the Koke was the last one, which we should get in an SBC because EA promised us that we will get 2 SBC cards and 1 as weekly rewards, which was Blind, of course. They were, all of these free cards were already leaked, and I do think, like, if you go and check some 83s and 84s, we're going right now, the 84s under 1.5k value, and the 83s should go right under 1k value from La Liga and our Spanish. Those are the mad deals in my opinion if we get these SBC released. I do think if they are not needed, and if you hold 83s and 84s, I do think going into the Black Friday period, I think you will make coins because, as you know, for the past 2 years, EA has released a Team of the Week guaranteed SBC, where when you completed the SBC, you could have packed any of the Team of the Week cards. So basically, if you hold for just 2 to 3 more weeks into that SBC, you should be making mad profit. We'll see if they release the Koke one, but basically in the next week, I'll be looking back at the 83s, 84s. Hopefully now other traders and investors on the market will start hyping them up, and if that happens, guys, I think we can make a lot of profit. Now getting into the screen cards, yesterday I was talking about how I'm gonna look at that market because I do think whenever they shift their prices, they go up in the hype. We could have saw that yesterday. It was completely unexpected. It went up a lot. I didn't buy because I didn't expect them to do that. But the next hype, in my opinion, when people think that the stats will shift on those cards, as you guys know, 2 stats shift per card each time EA pleases, we will basically go invest for the hype and sell before Halloween. Now Halloween should be, I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday, I don't know which day it is. It's the 31st of October, so I think it's Wednesday. And basically you want to sell it in the morning of that day if you invest either on Sunday or on Monday. We're going to be looking at those cards. I do think a lot of traders and investors will start hyping them up, but I also do think there has to be more supply. So if we get the Koke SBC tonight released, I do think, or in the next day, I do think that's something that could impact the market, that could impact some prices to drop a bit lower than they were. So always look for these events. If they release any sort of events, they basically put the market a bit lower, and that's your time to go in, buy these cards for a bit cheaper, wait for the hype to start, sell them in the hype. And that's my plan right now with the Scream cards. Now, if we're looking at some icons, I do think with the new icon SBC provided, I do think on Sunday, there will be a chance to buy these icons for cheaper. Keep in mind, you do quick flips. If you buy an icon and you find it for a good deal, and if you want to sell it, if you want to do a quick flip, sell it on Monday, because it is a bit risky to hold these cards for a longer period of time. If you're subscribed to my Patreon, I basically gonna look at this market. Every week I post the icon prices, the target prices for which you can buy. So if you're on a higher budget, I'm helping you a lot there. Also guys, like if you just want to get some tips going into the Black Friday period, we're gonna be there daily in the Discord looking at the prices and looking when there's gonna be a good time to buy, because we're getting into November right now, and November is an important time because in the first 2 weeks of November, in my opinion, there will be a time where we need to jump in and start buying some cards, some high-end cards. We've seen on some informs they're dropping a bit. It's always the hype of the SBC that brings them down, but I do think there's also that Black Friday panic sort of starting already, and I do think these cards could go a bit lower. Now, if you hold any of the informs from the past team of the weeks, I do consider that they will go a bit up throughout the next week when the screams go out of packs as well. That's the time when the market can just slightly rise up a bit. But I do think if you haven't gotten out of your investments yet, and if you haven't watched my previous videos when I told you to get out of these investments, because most of the high-end gold cards have dropped a lot since then, and I kind of think I nailed the time when to sell those cards. I do think you guys really need to sell them sooner than later, because when the Black Friday thing is here, most of the high-end gold cards, they will drop quite a few, and you want to get out of those cards. You don't want to hold them. Now, the overall market drop-in is saying, yes, I do think it will happen sometime around the 23rd, when we should get the Black Friday, 23rd of November. That's the time we will be looking at buying a lot of players. We're going to stay liquid for almost a week. So if you subscribe to me on Patreon, you have to know that mostly what we will do in that week is just trading sniping filters, and that's about it, because we are gonna stay liquid, wait for that perfect moment to catch these cards at the lowest possible point, invest in them, buy them, and then of course when the event is over in the next week, we can see them rise a lot and we can make a lot of profit. Guys, if you have any questions, just drop them down below. I'm gonna definitely monitor more the Scream cards in the future videos. If you want me to cover any other specific market in FIFA right now, let me know below. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.